Hi, I'm Jason Edwards, and I want to take a few minutes to tell you about the book I co wrote with a good friend, Griffin Weaver, The Cybersecurity Guide to Governance, Risk, and Compliance. Whether you're in cybersecurity, audit, compliance, or executive leadership, you've probably noticed how often GRC gets mentioned, but how rarely it's actually explained in a way that's actionable. You've got frameworks, you've got policies, but when it comes time to build a program that works, one that truly aligns with business objectives, satisfies regulatory demands, and actively reduces risks, things get complicated. The Cybersecurity Guide to GRC is a comprehensive, practical, and structured guide to understanding, designing, and implementing a full strategy that fits your organization, regardless of size, industry, or maturity level. With more than 1,300 actionable recommendations and over 70 to use KPIs and KRIs, it'll complement any program of any size. I wrote this book because I've spent my career helping organizations navigate complex cybersecurity, risk, and compliance challenges. I've worked in the military, in regulated industries like finance and insurance, and with large global tech companies. I've led teams through audits, enforcement actions, and high stakes board meetings where the GRC function wasn't just an abstract idea, it was the only thing standing between the company and massive financial, legal, and reputational consequences. And I've learned that effective GRC isn't just about documentation, it's about integration. It's about embedding good security practices into the business, building trust, and helping leadership make decisions based on real visibility into risks, not just hope. So, what's in the book? We start with governance, what it really means, how it's structured, and why cybersecurity governance is so much more than just a policy document. I walk you through how to define roles and responsibilities, how to build accountability from top down, and how to create a governance model that can actually scale as your organization grows. Then we dive into risk, arguably the heart of the entire conversation. I break down how to build a risk management program that's not just checking boxes, but actively identifying, prioritizing, and mitigating the threats that matter most. That includes creating a risk register, conducting business impact analysis, defining your organization's risk appetite and tolerance, and integrating threat modeling into your strategic planning. After that, we move into compliance. And I want to be clear, this is not about compliance for compliance sake. We talk about how to design controls and policies that satisfy requirements across multiple frameworks: NIST, ISO, PCI DSS, HIPAA, and others, without duplicating the work. You'll learn how to streamline your control environment, avoid fatigue, and prepare your teams for regulatory scrutiny without slowing innovation. The book also includes chapters dedicated to automation, control testing, board reporting, and integrating GRC with your day to day security operations. If you're a security leader or advisor, I've included tools on how to speak the language of the business, how to quantify risk, how to present data to leadership, and how to turn GRC from something people avoid into something that adds strategic value. One thing that sets this book apart is that I didn't write it just for large enterprises. It addresses GRC at three levels: small and growing businesses, mid-sized organizations with some structure but limited resources, and large, complex enterprises that have regulatory pressure and stakeholder expectations coming from every angle. Every chapter includes practical guidance, case based scenarios, and leadership insights to help you connect the dots between people, processes, and technology. Whether you're building your first risk register, preparing for your next SOC 2 audit, or advising your board on cyber risk strategy, you'll find frameworks in this book that apply to you. And just like my other books, this isn't fluff. It's grounded in real world experience and what actually works. It's been built from lessons I've learned the hard way through breach investigations, audit failures, regulatory findings, and remediations that had to be delivered under pressure. If you're tired of GRC being an abstract, misunderstood part of the cybersecurity ecosystem, and you want to know how to lead, comply, and how to make it all work together, this guide was built for you. Thanks for taking the time to check out the Cybersecurity Guide to GRC. I hope it becomes a valuable part of your toolkit and helps you lead your organization with clarity, purpose, and resilience.